Hi everyone, I've been given this very cute little book called Enchanting Mandalas. It says mini pads of colour, and as you can see it's got a very pretty cover which has got some metallic on it, which looks really pretty under my light. I just thought I would measure it because it's quite a small book, as you can see from the size of my hand. I do it in inches. It is almost 6, sort of 5.5 I suppose, by, yeah, about the same, just about 5.5. So that is that little pad, and I thought I'd just do a little flip through because that's really cute and it would be fun. So here we have, now it is glued on the back here, and I think it's designed so you can tear them out quite easily. I've got another pad that of mandalas, an Arteza one that's like this, and it actually, the first page started falling out, so I actually put some extra tape along here because I wanted to keep them in the book. So just a little hint, if they start getting a little bit loose, just put, or I might tape this first so that they all stay in. Now what's interesting immediately about this is this one's got a black background. Now I've never done any pictures with a black background before, so that's going to be really interesting to have a think about what's going to work there. I think maybe I'm thinking maybe just a metallic gel pen to start with, and perhaps pastel colours or really bright coloured pencils, I'm not sure. So that's going to be really interesting. Okay, I'm not going to push the pages back too hard because I don't want them to tear off. I'm a little bit worried they might, so as I say, I'm going to secure them in place. And we've got the same little border around this one, can you see? Yeah, which is really pretty, and a really interesting design on this one, quite different to the first one. And another one with a black background, again the same border, maybe that's running through the book, we'll find out, won't we? This one's got some really pretty florals. They're quite small, but I think they're still large enough to colour even with a hard pencil, so that's quite fun. And of course with the black background you have to leave it black. You could go over the top of it with paint pens or gel pens or something, or just do little dots and embellishments, so I'm going to find that really interesting. Now this design is interesting. I think this is quite a good one for sort of practicing on, because you've got 4 very different shapes, and this one's really fine. So that's, I don't think I've got anything that fine, so it'd just be going over the top and maybe making that a little larger, but that's okay. But those look quite fun and interesting too. Now this one is nice. It's more of a sort of floral mandala. I like these little circulars. It's quite large spaces too, so I think this would be really good to do with pencil, and you could shade. Now obviously they are single-sided, which is quite good, so it means you can use pens, even the alcohol markers that soak through. I would still put a piece of paper behind though, just in case it bleeds through more than one page, but they are quite thick. It's a lot thicker than copy paper. It's probably at least twice as thick, so that's quite nice, but very smooth, which I'm not sure how many layers of pencil might go down on there, but you know, I can usually get quite a few, enough even on the smoothest papers, but obviously it depends on you really. But I rather like that one since I've lingered on it. Now this is another one on a black background, which is really interesting. Got quite a lot of little swirly details on that one, which is fun. I think this looks quite snowflakey. I don't know if you agree. I think that's rather cute. And again, with these black lines, of course, you can go over them with a paint pen and make them into a colour if you'd rather. So I shall give that some thought, but you know, it stands out well on the white background, so it's an interesting one. My fingers are quite cold. I've only just got in. I've been out. It's been frosty outside. I love that. It's so pretty. I don't think it needs colouring. It's just really pretty as it is. I don't know. I will have a go. I will do all of them, I'm sure, at some point in time. Although my colouring book collection is rapidly growing, which is absolutely amazing. But I'm starting to think, am I ever going to have time to do all these beautiful pictures? But I will. I'm quick at colouring. I will do them. And see, this, you could just go over the white, or you could do some detail inside. It's really interesting. And I wonder whether you can actually colour in pencil on top of this black. I don't know. I like whites and, you know, pale colours that you might not have used, pastels almost. I don't know. So here we have more of a geometric type pattern, which is rather fun. And this one is really different. So we've got a lot of white space and a few lines and marks. So that will really make me think, what do I do with that? Which I think is great. It's a real challenge. It'll be fun to do this one. And this one, this is interesting. Again, quite geometric, but lots of black. That's interesting, interesting. And here we have a mix, which I like. So you can decide whether to leave this black or go over it or whatever. And it's quite floral, which I like. You know, I like my florals. And another one that looks quite floral, which is really pretty. And this to me looks quite sun-like. I would probably do that with oranges, yellows, something like that, particularly the centre part. Oh, excuse me sniffing. Having come in from outside, the nose always stops running, doesn't it? That one looks like spaghetti. I like it though, it's fun. And these look like little faces. I think it's a really good one, that one. That's pretty, very simplistic. I like it. Fun. And another one that's quite simple, but also we've got another central area. You could sort of do like a gemstone or something in the middle there. It'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oh, this one looks very similar to an earlier one. In fact, I think it might be the same. That's okay. I don't mind. And this one looks quite sun-like. It's different to the other one. It's got a lot more detail in, and it's a lot finer, so you'd need a much sharper pencil or fine liner pen for that one. And then another sort of geometric-y type one. It's interesting. Now, what do we have here? So we have, oh, another sort of geometric type one. Oh, lots of dots and things, so that's fun. My son just sent me a message. He's, yeah, he sent me his score. He was playing a game and he had his highest ever score because there was no internet. There's this game on Google with a dinosaur and it jumps over cacti. And he got his top score and he said he had to kill himself because he was doing really well and he needed to get on with his work. So he sent me it to show off that he got this good score. But I'm more pleased that he stopped to get on with his work, to be honest. I like this. The circles, it's really interesting. Really fun. Oh, that's pretty. That looks so William Morrissey to me. I don't know. Can you imagine purples, dark greens? Nice. Ooh, this is interesting. It's quite floral, isn't it? But lots of black. Fun. Ooh, and we have got this border repeating right through, you know, all around. It's rather nice. It frames it. It means they'd make their own nice picture if you do want to tear them out, frame them, or, you know, I think they could make nice cards or things like that. So that would be nice. This one's interesting. It's very different. Right, what do we have here? Ooh, that's a bit like that snowflake one earlier, but it's not so snowflakey. We have these sort of pieces coming out. It's quite fun, isn't it? And another sort of sun type design, which I like, and sort of looks quite leafy around the edge. And another floral one, that's pretty. I think we've had that one, but in reverse. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't think so, though. I don't recognise all of these. They're thick pages, I can't tell. And a sort of more geometric-y one. It's nice. Oh, we've got birds. Ah, that's really pretty. That's nice. I like that one. And a more simple one that looks like leaves to me. I like that. Nice. Ooh. A geometric design. A more swirly one again. It's good terminology, isn't it? Swirly. And another swirly one. These are interesting. That's pretty nice. And some sort of petally type design. But look, we're sort of going down. I feel like we're going down into a hole. You could do that with your colour, make it darker down here and get lighter. Interesting. And another sort of swirly design. And a sort of heartish. I think those look like hearts. Nice, like that. Ooh, and another sort of William Morris-esque type styly, with these sort of florals and leaves. We had one with these little circles on a bit before, didn't we? Interesting. And then another sort of petal-y type one to finish. And at the end it tells you to look out for these other titles, of which I have one, which I'm going to do a flip through of. I'm just going to turn it over, and it says it has 40 tear out pages of illustrations, and tells you the other titles in the series. So there we go. So there's that one. So I hope that was fun for you to have a little look. I always think it's nice to have a look through books and have an idea whether it's something you might want to pop on your wish list, you might want to treat yourself to, or maybe not, you know, but that looks really fun. I'm looking forward to getting going in that one, and I think I probably will quite soon. And by the time this has gone out, probably done a few. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely day and happy colouring. Hi everyone, I have finished this really lovely book, Enchanting Mandalas. Sorry, it doesn't want to stay shut. And I thought I would show you a little flip through of the book, and sort of show you what I've been doing in it really. I did do a flip through of it before I coloured it, so you would have seen, you may have seen that. If you're thinking about, excuse me, getting the book, you could always look at that as well, because you can see what the pictures are like plain, because obviously once they've been filled in, they look a little bit different. So the first one here, I was really experimenting with the black background, not something that I've coloured before. And so I didn't really know what to do. So I used quite pale pastel colours for this and kept it really simple. But I started learning a bit more about black backgrounds as I worked through the book. So you will see. Now each of the pictures has a little cute border around the edge. So that's fun. Now I have taped this part. The pages are designed to be torn out, so they're not glued particularly well, but I didn't want to tear them out, so I just popped some tape along here so it rustles a little bit when I'm flipping through. I'm actually going to turn the book that way because they're mandalas. They work any way round. It's a little bit easier for you to see. Now this one was done in metallic pens and glitter pens, so I was just trying something a little bit different and fun. And that was this one. I actually my pen ran out. I've got quite a few, if I tip it that way you can see, I've got quite a few glitter pens that were near to running out, and so I had to sort of dare to have a go. So half of it is done in one, it ran out, so I had to sort of do a different one, but that was okay. The green isn't a glitter pen, it's just a plain pen. Some of it and some of the green is glittery, so I just played around with it really, but I realised that doing dark colours on black isn't a good idea. So on this page I did very bright. These are Stedler fine liners actually, because you need quite a fine pen on some of these details. They're quite small. And this one I did a video for, just to show you how you can add a little bit of shading into a mandala, which I think is quite fun. So yeah, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, see a little bit more closely what I was doing. And I used this sort of pastel tones. I think these might have been Black Widows. I say cautiously because I'm not really sure. And this one I had a lot of fun with. This was a buddy colour with my friend Michelle. And I decided to go all fiery, and it really stood out on the black, which was the idea, trying to think about what to do. Now this is done with metallic pens. I think these may have been, I'm looking, no, I'm not sure what metallic pens these were, but it was just a bit of fun really, playing with some metallics. Now this was a Castle Art gel pen. Actually they may have been castles as well. Quite a lot of this book I experimented with castles. Now this one, there's a few where are called swirl, and they move, and the ink colour changes through the pen. So I tried it on here and the ink ran the same colour through the whole thing. It wasn't quite the effect I was going for, but hey ho. Now this one I had some fun with, getting more used to the black background, wanting to do something really jumped out and was very vibrant, so that's what I did there. This one actually was, I just got out my felt pens. Sometimes, you know, with a simple design like this, I just sometimes feel like doing something very simple, and that's the joy of this book. If you really want something just straightforward, simple, no shading, it looks fine when you do that. And again, with this one, there's actually some gold. Some of these dots are done in a gold metallic pen. It doesn't necessarily show up that well, but I just wanted to do something really warm and bright against the black, and very simple and easy and quick. And sometimes you just need that satisfied feeling of finishing a picture, and that's what I was up for that day. Now this one is also done in felt tips. They're actually triplus fine liners. I think I've got a small selection, so I just tried them out. That pink is a bit vibrant, isn't it? But I just had a mess around really with trying them out because I haven't used them for quite a long time. Now this is done with Black Widow pencils. I think this is the Cobra set, just having, might be a mix of two sets actually, looking at those colours, I'm not entirely sure. No, those are the Spider set. I'm going to have a little argument with myself, just hold on a minute and I'll decide. I'm pretty sure it's the Spider set for that one. Now again, this one was just done in felt tip pens. I think some people call them markers. They're water-based markers, so you don't go through the page. If you look, there's no, but these pages are quite thick, and because they're blank on the back, you can get away with any sort of pen really. So I just wanted to make it really warm and sunny, which is what the picture said to me when I saw it. Now this one was a Posca pen, I think. Yeah, Posca's in, that's actually green and red metallic. They're quite muted, aren't they? I find metallic colours often are. So that was quite an interesting experiment really. These were all different pinks. I'm pretty sure they might have been Black Widows, but I can't be entirely sure. But I just had to play around with that. I was watching telly actually and just colouring away on my lap. This are, again, our felt pens, so we've got yellows and greens. It was just, you know, they just, to me, look like leaves, and I just had a go just to make something fun and easy and simple. Now, this is a repeat of the earlier pattern, that one. It's actually the same picture, and this time I did two colours so that it stood out a little bit more, so I did the flowers in pink and the leaves in green, but again, the green is too dark, I think, to go against the black. You really need lighter, brighter colours. They're still learning. Another one with felt tip pens. So just something fun and easy. Now this one, these are Black Widow pencils. I chose a lot of Black Widows for this book, partly because I just got a new set of Black Widows, so I was playing with them. But partly because they sharpen well, hold their point well, and the book's quite small, so some of the details are quite fine. So having a pencil that sharpens well is really useful. Now here I just decided I wanted to try something with blues, so I kept some white as well. I just felt it looked nice with a few whites and a few dark blues, and mainly a light blue. So again, that's just pen, really simple. Now this is glitter pen. I got to the point where I was trying to run out my glitter pens because they were really near the end, so I wanted pages where I could do that. And you may notice this flower here is a different colour. It ran out, so I had to just grab a castle one to finish off. But I was just, and I put an extra little blob in each corner. I don't know why, it's just fun. But it does show up well against the black, even when it's not reflecting the light, so that was good. This one you may have seen, I've posted that on social media. Again, that's Black Widow's pencils. I just did a really simple blend. I really like the floral look, but I wanted to keep it quite straightforward, and I felt that these colours paired together actually worked really well, so I just had some fun with that. Now this one was fun. I used a variety of different colour Castle gel pens for this. I'm not sure if they were the pastel tones or the neon tones. I find it difficult to tell the difference because they're all so bright. But I felt it just, the colours worked really well. And basically I just worked through the packet of pens, and that's what happened. I was really pleased with that one. Now this one I felt looked like water, so I picked a greeny blue and a bluey green and just did some watercolour, coloured, picked some colours that looked like water and made it look a bit rainy. That's what I was thinking there. And this was, again, Black Widows, reds. I picked all the reds from the 2 sets that I've got and just used them together. Really, I wanted to see how different they were, and actually they are quite different. Probably tipping it doesn't help. There are 3 different shades of red in there, and some are more orangey, some are darker, so it's quite fun. And actually it's quite similar to another design. Now this one is quite similar to the sun design that we had earlier, but it's got more black in it. So I did it a similar yellow in the middle, but I changed the colours around the outside, and I think those all work well with black, so that's really nice to know. Now here we have another one where I was using up pens. You can see the shine. These are glitter pens. I quite like using glitter pens on pages where we've got a blank on the other side, because the glitter can often come off on the facing page. Here the pen ran out. You can see that little bit there is a different colour to the rest, but you know, that's fine. It's what I was expecting. If your glitter pen does run out, you can sometimes go over the top in a darker one and it will hide it, but that isn't what I wanted to do. Now again, I'm not sure which pencil set I used for this, but I was just running through some different colours and just having a bit of a relax and some fun. Again, I was watching TV when I did this, so it was just balancing on my lap, and I just enjoyed it really. This one, I turn it around actually, because it does have a correct way up. So if I put it in the middle, it should be more in focus. Sometimes things on the edge don't focus. So I really enjoyed this one, and I left some of these little dots white because I felt that it just worked. It looked a bit like snow, and I did these red berries with green leaves. I think red and green always worked well together, and some of these greens are quite dark, so I pressed really lightly so that they didn't saturate too much, and therefore they stand out from the black still. And so I had a lot of fun with that one. I'll turn it back round. So this was green felt pen. You can see how it's all liney and messy, and it was really quite nasty. So yeah, I thought I tried to put an extra layer on this bit and it made it worse. So no, they're not good for big areas, I have to say, or maybe I just don't know the technique, I don't know. So pink and purple, just fancied doing something in pinks and purples, so I had some fun with that. And this one is actually a gold and a silver pencil. It doesn't shine massively, but it was a lot of fun. I just thought against the black, so I had enjoyed that. Now here I picked a couple of colours. I still don't know if they go together. I was just messing around and trying something a bit different, and it was fun. And again I felt water dropping down into a little pool, so I did this sort of watery colours, and I tried to shade them round a little bit. It was good fun. Ah yes, this one I was trying out. I was watching TV again when I did this one, and I was trying all my oranges and yellows to sort of do a really bright pattern. So that was fun. And then I used some that's gold in the middle there. I don't know if it's very shiny. And I just tried out different reds. And this one's really orangey. I thought it was going to be red, and it wasn't. But anyway. Now these are metallic pencils, and I think they've worked a treat. My husband was given these as a gift, and he hasn't used them much lately, so I sneakily snitched them out of his cupboard and borrowed them. He won't mind. And I really like the fact that they're very muted. Metallic colours do tend to be muted, but I really liked that look and the way the colours sat on that page. But I used them on this page, and really without the black background they just don't look as good. So it was a really interesting sort of experiment with those. This is my last page. This pattern we had only a few pictures ago. There. But this time it's on a black background, and I just tried it in pinks and purples. This pink was a bit salmony, And there is pinks and blues. I mean, there is a blue around the edge, but it's quite hard to see. But I just had fun. So you can see that although they're not massively sort of, there's not lots of shading and blending and details and things, I had a lot of fun with the book. It's just really relaxing, and it was lovely to do a little book and just finish it quite quickly. I find that quite satisfying. The satisfaction of finishing a book is really nice for me anyway. So so there's that one. So I hope that I know some of you have bought this book, so hopefully that may have inspired you a little bit to think about what you might want to do with some of the pages. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you to my lovely friend Michelle for giving me the book. I've had so much fun with it. And have a good rest of your day, everybody, and happy colouring.